Right now, your dog might be trying to tell you something and you are missing it completely. Every time they lunge, bark, or freeze at the end of the leash, you probably think one thing: dangerous, unpredictable, aggressive. But here is the truth that most owners never hear. Your dog is not angry. Your dog is terrified. And the moment you walked over, crouched down, and wrapped your arms around them to calm them down, you did not help them, you made it worse. Not because you did not love them, but because love, delivered the wrong way, can feel like a threat. Stay with me, because what you are about to learn will change the way you see your dog forever.
If you have ever felt confused, frustrated, or even a little heartbroken watching your dog react that way, this channel is exactly where you need to be. Every week, we break down the hidden side of dog psychology, the signals most owners miss, the science behind what your dog is actually feeling, and the small shifts that can completely transform your relationship with them. Subscribe now so you never miss what your dog has been trying to tell you. There are 6 things we are covering today, and each one builds on the last, so stay until the final point because that one will hit different.
Point 1. Reactive is not aggressive. Your dog is not aggressive. Your dog is overwhelmed. Most people see their dog lunge at another dog or bark uncontrollably at a stranger, and they immediately think the same thing: my dog has an aggression problem. But here is what is actually happening inside that moment. Your dog is not trying to attack. Your dog is trying to survive. Reactivity is fear wearing an angry mask. It is a dog who has run out of options, a dog who has been sending quieter signals for a long time, signals you may not have noticed, and when nobody responded, they had no choice but to scream. The bark, the lunge, the growl, that is not dominance, that is desperation. And once you see it that way, you cannot unsee it. Keep watching, because the next point explains exactly how your dog gets to that breaking point, one small moment at a time.
Point 2. Trigger stacking. Your dog did not just snap. They were already full before you even left the house. Most owners think the explosion comes out of nowhere. 1 second calm, the next second chaos, and they cannot figure out why. But here is what is actually happening. Dogs do not process stress the way we do. Stress does not reset between moments. It stacks, it builds, it accumulates like water filling a glass, drop by drop, until one final drop causes everything to overflow. The mailman at 8 in the morning, the loud truck at 9, the unfamiliar smell on your jacket when you came home, the child who ran past too fast on the afternoon walk. None of those felt like a big deal to you, but to your dog, each one was a drop. And by the time that other dog appeared around the corner, the glass was already full. That bark, that lunge, that moment you called a behavior problem, that was just the last drop. Stay with me, because the next point is about the signals your dog was sending you the entire time, and most owners never learn to see them.
Point 3. The signals you were never taught to see. Your dog has been asking for help every single day, and nobody told you what to look for. Most people think a stressed dog looks obvious, shaking, cowering, whimpering, hiding in a corner. But here is the truth. Stress in dogs is almost invisible until it is not. A yawn when there's nothing to be tired about. A slow lip lick when there's no food nearby. A sudden turn of the head away from something that just appeared. A paw lifted slightly off the ground. A body that goes completely still, not relaxed still, but frozen still. The kind of stillness that comes right before something breaks. These are not random habits. These are your dog speaking in the only language they have. They are saying, I am not okay right now. I need more space. I need you to slow down. I need you to notice me. And every time those signals go unanswered, your dog learns one thing, that the only way to be heard is to be louder. And that brings us to something most owners find deeply uncomfortable, because the next point is not about your dog at all. It is about you.
Point 4.
You are passing your anxiety straight into them. Your dog is not just reacting to the world around them, they are reacting to you. Most owners believe that when their dog starts to react, the best thing they can do is get closer, hold them tighter, speak in a soft voice, and repeat over and over, "It is okay, you are fine." But here's what is actually happening in that moment. Dogs are biological anxiety detectors. They can smell the cortisol rising in your bloodstream before you even realize you're stressed. They can feel the tension running down the leash like a current of electricity. They can read the micro expressions on your face that you did not even know you were making. So when your dog starts to react and your body tightens and your breath shortens and you rush toward them with that desperate energy of someone trying to fix something fast, your dog does not feel comforted. They feel confirmed. Their brain receives one message: my owner is scared too, which means this threat is real, which means I need to fight harder. Every hug you gave them in that moment, every anxious whisper of "it is okay," was not love lost, it was love misdirected. And that changes everything, because the next point reveals what happens when this cycle goes unbroken, day after day, walk after walk, and why your dog is not getting better on their own. Point 5. The loop your dog is teaching themselves every single day. Every time your dog reacts, they are getting better at reacting, and you are accidentally helping them practice. Most owners think that if a behavior keeps happening, there must be something wrong with the dog, a bad temperament, a broken personality, something that cannot be fixed. But here is what is actually happening inside your dog's brain. Every single time your dog lunges at another dog, or barks at a stranger, or explodes at the end of the leash, something happens immediately after. The threat disappears. The other dog walks away. The stranger moves on. The scary thing is gone. And your dog's brain registers exactly one thing: it worked. Not because your dog is aggressive, not because your dog is dominant, but because your dog is learning the same way every living thing learns, through cause and effect, through what works and what does not. The lunge worked, so next time they will lunge sooner. The bark worked, so next time they will bark louder. The explosion worked, so next time the threshold will be lower, the trigger will be smaller, the reaction will come faster. This is not a character flaw. This is a feedback loop, and it runs every single day, on every single walk, quietly, consistently, without anyone meaning for it to happen. And the most painful part, the more this loop runs, the harder it becomes to interrupt. Stay with me, because the final point is the one that most owners never reach, and it is the one that holds everything together. Final point. Your calm is the only thing that can break the loop. Your dog does not need you to fix them. They need you to become someone they can trust when everything feels unsafe. Most owners spend years looking for the right training method, the right tool, the right class, the right trick to stop the behavior. And some of those things help, but none of them work without this one thing underneath: your presence. Not your anxiety dressed up as comfort, not your frustration disguised as patience, not your fear holding the other end of the leash. Your actual, grounded, calm, unshakable presence. Here is what the science tells us. Dogs do not bond to owners who control them. Dogs bond to owners who regulate them. Owners whose nervous system says, "I have assessed this situation and we are safe." Owners whose body communicates stillness before their mouth says a single word. When you learn to breathe slowly on a walk, when you learn to stop moving toward your dog the moment they react, when you learn to create distance instead of forcing closeness, when you learn to read the yawn and the lip lick and the frozen stillness before the explosion comes, something shifts. Your dog starts to look at you differently, not as someone who joins the panic, but as someone who holds the calm.
And that is when everything changes. Not because your dog became a different dog, but because you became a different owner. The dog who lunged, the dog who barked, the dog you almost gave up on, that dog was never broken. That dog was waiting every single day for you to become the one safe thing in a world that felt overwhelming. And now you know how.
So here is what we now know. Your dog was never aggressive. They were overwhelmed. They were full of stress that had been building drop by drop. They were sending signals in the only language they had. And when those signals went unanswered, they had no choice but to become louder. And you, without knowing it, were sometimes making it harder. Not because you did not love them, but because love without understanding can miss the mark completely. But here is what that also means. You have more power in this relationship than you ever realized. Not the power to control your dog, but the power to change how they experience the world, simply by changing how you show up for them. Your breath, your body, your stillness, your ability to read the small signals before they become big ones. That is the real training, and it starts the moment you decide to pay attention differently. Your dog has been trying to reach you this whole time. They have been yawning and freezing and looking away and lifting that paw, hoping that one day you would finally understand what they were saying. Today is that day. If this video changed the way you see your dog, leave a comment below and tell me one signal you are going to start watching for. Subscribe so you never miss what your dog has been trying to tell you, and share this with someone whose dog deserves to be understood. Your dog has always been talking. Now you know how to listen.